Site 4. It's a very deep soil again. Number 1, the surface texture. This time, different than Site 1, the two soils are very similar otherwise, but this time the surface texture was slipped over into the silty clay loam. So it was a very light silty clay loam, probably 27-28% clay. The permeability was again moderately slow. It was a good silty clay loam. The slope was 1.5%, so that makes it gently sloping. Now that's under 2%, so it's just under what we would use for terracing, 2% being the break where we add terraces later on. But at 1.5%, it won't need the terraces. So the slope was 1.5%, so it should be gently sloping, number 2. Thickness of the surface, it was right at 14 inches again. It was just identical to the other side as far as 14 inches. Just seems like those level tabletops up there just seem to be sticking right at 14 inches of thickness. And I said the original topsoil thickness was 17 inches, so that would be a 3-inch loss out of 17. So that's less than 25%, so none to slight erosion on this one. The land capability class is between 1 and 3% slopes, and so it would be land class 2. Moving on to part 3, you would want to row crop not more than 2 out of 4 years, or number 2, for soils with 1 to 3% slopes. Going on to the cropland, practices 8, 9, and 10 should be marked. And again, there was no mechanical treatments needed, so therefore number 17 should be marked. Okay, going down to the fertilizer and soil amendments. The pH was right there on the line where it's getting too low. You're going to start having problems pretty soon with crops like alfalfa. So you need to add amendments for pH, so number 27 should be marked. The phosphorus was 70 pounds, so that's adequate. The nitrogen was marked deficient, so number 28 should be marked. And the potassium is 285, which apparently in the Tri-Basin area we have some really high numbers for potassium. According to the extension agents in this area where they've tested the soils in the Tri-Basin, a lot of our soils are really high in potassium. So I put 285 down, which is way above what is required. So again, the fertilizer and soil amendments would be just marked number 27 and 28. And that finishes the contest. I'm willing to take questions from students or teachers. I have available, if I can figure out how to get them off the phone, I took pictures of the 2 musk thistles, if anybody wants to see the musk thistles on site 2. And again, I pulled one on this contest, which I think maybe I'll use in future contests, but it certainly could happen on a state contest where if we have frequent gullies, be ready for that. That's why I wanted you to know about this, because it could certainly happen at a state contest or a national contest. Where you change the erosion from moderate to severe. And again, hopefully in the future we won't have options where we have no options and it lands right on the break, where this site number 2 landed at 6 inches this contest, and it was just no place. I tried about 4 or 5 different places, and I wanted to keep it down where the handicapped students could also see the pit face. So I went with that one, and it was 6 inches. My apologies, I'd make it 3 inches if I could make it 3 inches. Thank you very much, and good luck to all of you in future contests.